Hey guys, Janton here. Welcome to my Minecraft Creative World Tours. Sorry I missed the upload yesterday, but without further ado, let's get right into this. I'll see you in the first world. This is my Kit PvP world. I worked on this a while ago to upload to my server for my friends and I would play on. And essentially, it's a pretty basic Kit PvP. We got several classes. I'm gonna go. Well, actually, now I'll keep myself in this game mode. So we got the Harpy class, we got the Ranger class, got the Swordsman class, and we got the Paladin class over here. The Paladin class is kind of like the tank. You get a ton of armor, but not the greatest of weaponry. You also get a shield. The Swordsman is kind of like the close-up melee class with a tiny bit more risk. They have okay armor. They don't get a shield, but they get a good sword. And the Ranger class is kind of like not the best armor, but you have a ranged weapon, which is incredibly powerful in this. And then the Harpy class is, well, basically it's kind of like the Swordman with weaker armor and a weaker sword, but you can fly. You get an elytra. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with one kit. You can see I can walk in here, and in survival mode, I mean, you could, I guess, escape, but it'd be kind of hard. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I mean, of course, there's a couple little glitches here that I, messed up on, but this is kind of my first map. So I can click here, and I get all my stuff, and I can pick a button to go into the game. So I kind of gave each of these items a little bit of lore. So basically, they look like all these buttons are the same, but actually each of them have their own spawn point where they'll spawn you. So that was the far left button right there. The map still is one thing that really needs to be built more on at the moment. On my creative world, I had a couple more things on it. I think I nerfed this. There's these little dispensers around here, and like this one, you get like one of these and you could go flying around the place. Like just for like a quick escape, you could grab one and then when you need it, you can use it. Down here is like a slow and go, which means it's kind of for like the paladin when you need to escape, because you just throw it on them, and that'll slow them down to the point where they just can't move at all. Or no, okay. I don't think it's actually like that on this. No, no, no. Okay, so on my server I updated it so it slowed them down to the point where they can't move at all, but it was a very short period of time. So you could just splash it on them and run. Of course, this is for food. So, yep. I worked a fair amount on this map, but I never really did too much altogether. Oh yeah, I plan to add something here eventually, but at the moment this world hasn't been updated at all, really. So this is like a little sewers area that you can exit back up over here. And one cool thing about this, which I'll show you when I have the Harpy class. Let me see. Okay. So when I have the Harpy class on, which is right here, so you can see I got a knockback, kind of low sharpness wooden sword, so it'll break pretty quick. I don't know why I added a chest plate. That was kind of just a overlook there. So we'll start with the middle button, and we start up here this time. And this is actually perfect. I think I'm gonna have to go into survival for this though. But let's say you're up here, and okay, one second. And this is actually how kind of like the game works here too, because I play tested it a bit, and I gotta say, you really can't do crap to a paladin who knows how to use the class when they've found you. The Harpy is best for swooping in and hitting him from time to time, maybe knocking him into a corner and quickly getting a bunch of hits off. They're especially effective against archers. But let's say you're running from a paladin there, you just splash on them, and then you can go like this, and you're suddenly away. However, there is one problem with that. If they saw you go down there, they can just head downstairs, because downstairs from that very building is this right here. So as you can see, if they saw you like fly over there, they could just be like, okay, I know they're coming out here, you know. Or, since this is 1.13, you could not do that, and you could instead go swimming right up this waterfall. And the problem with this is the only way out of this water is actually up that other waterfall you just dived from. So if you see, you can kind of hide in the water a little bit here, but then, you know, you have to end up coming back up this thing. I might eventually change that, you know. I also plan to eventually add like something behind those doors, but I believe at the moment they're kind of empty. Yeah, the brick walls. Well, okay, so that's enough for the harpy kit. Okay, yeah. So when you die, basically you set the spawn when you get into the game. And when you die, basically it sets your spawn into a black room. And in that black room, it'll, you know, clear your inventory and teleport you here. That's just for when you die, because it's got keep inventory on for reasons that are quite obvious when you think about a paladin who has a weak sword fighting a swordsman and getting a powerful sword from them. We just can't have that. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and get into the paladin. They've got a semi-dangerous sword. They got a stone sword after all, but, you know. And yeah, this spawns up here, so. Now, the paladin is most effective against archers when they're not hiding on rooftops, but they can also be just as effective against other melee classes. To take down a paladin who knows how to use a shield, you really either need to drain their shield to nothing, or you need to kind of try and ambush them, which isn't always the easiest thing. However, that's what this is for. You can just run up and then goodbye or something like that. You know, and all of this is work in progress, but you know, it's kind of a cool little map I made here, I think. Yeah. So you guys can probably guess what the swordsman kit is. Kind of the more routine kit. You know, not great. It's actually quite okay, but it's also really not the best. However, there is one more kit that is not very obvious in this lobby, and that's because it's a secret kit. So, if we go ahead and head back to this little thing back here, there's a button. It says, you found a secret, congrats. And I press the button. Oh wait, it's just a cookie. What do we do with this cookie, you might ask? Because, like, probably just eat it, right? Well, actually, if we go over to this hut over here, you can see this chest. Put the cookie in the chest. You found the secret kit. Welcome, Viking. So, this is kind of like the Viking kit room that I made. You press the button. You have kind of a nice helmet. With some leather armor. I think the real key thing about this kit, though, is it has fire aspect on the blade. Now that can be annoying. That can really be annoying. But other than that, they're not that overpowered, really. They've got the sword of a, paladin, and the armor similar kind of to maybe a ranger even. But they're really not that powerful when it comes to armor grade. They can be killed pretty easily. It's the sword that you really have to be worried about. Kind of a little cool thing here. Now I think I'll go ahead and show you guys around some of the commands in Redstone, and then we'll cut off to the next thing. So, ooh, this shouldn't be open. These are all of the places where when you go into the thing around here, it teleports you up into these things for a short period of time and gives you all of the items. You're probably wondering, why not have every single one have the same exact kind of kit room, you know. And there is a reason for that. One, if people decide to go in at the exact same time, it could cause problems with how much, like, it could cause problems with the loot they're getting. Two, if they both end up in this room at the same time, they could end up looking at what their opponent spawned at and spawning there as well to spawn kill them. Not exactly what we want. So these are the kits right here. So yeah, this is the spawn room for when you first respawn. This is the cookie room, and this right here is the Viking room, you know. And then this is like the main lobby right here. So yeah, kind of cool. Well, without further ado, I'll see you in the next world. Hey guys, welcome to Kingdoms and Castles, a failed creative world. I mean, I built a few things in it. I haven't built in it recently. And this is all built by hand. So, no world editor or nothing. Mostly because this is 1.13 and world editor isn't in 1.13. You know. Yet. Well, I suppose it is now, but it's got enough problems as it is. So basically, like this is like one archer tower kind of. So let me go ahead and explain this from the base of it. So over here is kind of like the barracks where archers will sleep. This is kind of the food court or courtyard where they'll eat, and eventually I'm planning on having some way to serve them back here that connects into a kitchen, or it was at least. And right up here is kind of like the positions they take up to defend the defend the kingdom. You know, in here would be their armory, and I've got an armory on both stories. I got one here too. I got a barracks here as well, except the barracks up here has to go downstairs to eat food. And I got this archer post up here. So I'll kind of going into here now. So up here, I don't really have anything. Suppose there's also defense points up here, right? And then over here, you can exit out into this little area out here. And then more defensive points up here, like up here. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot to show you here. I just like the architecture that I put into this world. I mean, it's really kind of what solidified this kind of build style for me. Because I don't think I've built this well in a sense that much. But yeah. I guess I'll see you guys in the next and the last world. Okay guys, welcome to the world of nothing. No. So this world is probably the world I've done the most work on. Well, I haven't done the most work on. I'd say there is the most stuff on, mostly because I'm not the only one who built all of this. This was originally on my realm when I was hosting it for all my friends, and yeah, this is kind of it right here. There's a lot of stuff. This is kind of a world of chaos. We had no rules on what you could build, other than stuff that, you know, a bit offensive. Either way, other than that, you could really build anything in this world. So, of course, we've got the Rubik's Cube here, built by some of my friends. Got a giant pig and a giant squid with a top hat. Funny thing about the giant squid with a top hat, he's actually a mob grinder. If we go ahead and go up here, as you can see, he is in fact a mob grinder. His top hat is, at least. So yeah, that's kind of a cool thing right there. I believe the first thing built on this world was this mansion here, built by me. Yeah, this is 2016. Dang. 3 years from now, I guess. Happy New Year's, by the way, guys. But yeah. So, I'm gonna go ahead and try and tour some of this place. I would show you the names of the people who built some of this stuff, but I don't know if they want their names shared, so... Because some of them used their real names on some of the builds. Oh, this is a funny thing. One of my friends decided to build a little hut off the side of my window here, and eventually ended up blowing it up. Oh, yes. Okay, so this would be a giant top hat creeper, and we were immature back then, especially some of us. So we got the wet fart back here. Kind of a funny little thing, I guess. So up here is kind of regular home. Again, I didn't build this. One of my friends did, but yeah. And then from here we've got a cart system. This right here is a giant 2D kind of thing on my skin, as you can kind of see. I made this, but like I only made some portions of a lot of this, honestly. I'll give credit where credit is due. So along this rail track, this segment of the rail track I don't think was added for a while until we built this castle. But this castle right here, the walls and the tower, and well, basically everything around here for the most part were made by me and my friend, the very same friend who built the Rubik's Cube and the creeper over there. So kind of a cool little thing. This was just us messing around with redstone over here, and that probably is not going to happen again. This is Patrick Star with Illuminati in front of it. Got a couple RVs here. You know what, guys? I want you to vote which one's the best, because this is all made by four different people. I'm not going to list the names, but I am going to give these numbers. So this right here is RV number 1. This is what started the whole RV thing, because it's like we saw it and we're like, okay, we can make a better RV than that. This is RV number 2. This is RV number 3, and this is RV number 4. Put a comment down below which one you think is the best. I'll give you a quick look inside. RV number 4, RV number 3, and RV number 4. Oh, and RV number 1, which probably has the most spacious interior, honestly. So that's a thing right there. Okay, so here's a hall of heads. Of people who have ended up building things in this world. This is, believe me, I didn't choose this. I'm serious. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna change that back here. But yeah, there was once another head over here. In fact, the head that built a lot of these things isn't there, and the reason for that is he changes his name too often. We just can't keep his head there because we can't just keep updating his freaking name. But yeah. Actually, though, I think there is... Okay. Why isn't it doing give? Maybe... Yeah. Let's give Janton a skull head. Okay, either way, Squid10201. That is currently his username. I don't have the head yet. I'll probably end up adding that sometime later. So this is kind of pixel art valley here, and crappy pixel art. Now this Pikachu, man, this Pikachu, I gotta say, ooh, Where did I get that shovel from? Well, just... Well, fair enough. I like the Mario, but I didn't do that. I did the Pikachu, and I think I did the Sonic. No, yes, I did Pikachu with the help of someone else, Sonic, and this sword. And my other friends did these two entirely. A lot of this, I'm going to say right away, I did with help, because a lot of this I did with help. This is not great, honestly. This is kind of a sad windmill that I made here. And I didn't even add an interior. I was so sad about it. This right here is kind of like my second mansion I made. You can really see the difference from my build quality back then to my build quality in the castles world. You know, there was really quite a difference. But my friend decided to make it a gaming school, and now enrolling MLGs. And taught some of he was teaching some of the games he was kind of into at that time. Some of you, if you were on my original channel, would know I used to play a tiny bit of WoW. I still do. They're not, those videos aren't up anymore, but if you go to my friend's channel, Garvey1557, I believe, I'll leave a link in the description. He's got a couple of those videos from when I was super young and playing World of Warcraft still up. Yeah, I'm very different from then. I sound a lot different from then, but yeah. Okay, so moving on. We got the Nyan cat over the pink sheep with a mustache, obviously a reference to, exploding TNT, the pink sheep at least. Nyan cat, not so much. And a couple useless cactus farms because it's creative. Yeah. Oh, and what we thought was a Herobrine shrine around that time. These are command blocks that change rain and stuff. Although if we could if we go ahead and try and okay. No, actually let us see it. Wouldn't let you see it before. Well, these would definitely be broken now. Yeah, so dear Minecraft, yeah, please remain inside your houses. You may now come out of your houses and build, you know. So, kind of a little weather thing there. A little weather system. Okay, so this is also one of Squid's names, Jedi Miner. In fact, he went by that name for a while. This was his like vet kind of, where he had or I suppose pet store more like it. He had dogs and stuff here. This was before like the wool colors were changed, so it looked a little bit different back then. Same over here. This is a sugarcane farm. I forget. I think I built this. No. I don't know actually. I either made this or I made this one over here, and yeah, and like another friend built the other one. Anyway, so little fountain right here. Rip dog, Amit, Triff. Oh, okay. So yeah, that was one of my friend's dogs who ended up dying. Oh yeah, that makes sense how I got the shovel. Yeah, so this is our Spleef arena. I used to play a little bit of Spleef on here. Wait, where'd that come from? But yeah, you'd fall down here and you'd walk back up. Here's a little shack my friend had. Down here, some stuff. Yeah. So this is kind of like a lab that I think one of my friends were building, and then they decided to go a little bit smaller scale here. This was a little town we were planning on building and we never really got around to. I built this house. My friend started building this one. So yeah. Even has kind of a bit of a sewer system down here, although it's not that great of a sewer system. But yeah. Kind of cool. Actually though, this modern house ain't bad. Nah. So we got up here. I think the real problem with this house right here is the fact that it's not got any lights. So, yeah. A couple more things. We're nearing the end of this server's life cycle here. This was like kind of when people were fading off of the server at this point. So this is a creative, this is kind of like a creative parkour course that I built. So if you wanted to, you'd fly back to your thing, like the block you fell off of. If you wanted to, you could cheat too. But yeah, kind of a cool little parkour course. Just felt like making it one day, you know? I was gonna leave this window open. I've never finished this parkour course, but this is gonna be like a little checkpoint right here. Kind of cool. This over here was like fried chicken or something, and I don't think I think I had a tiny bit of something to do with building this, but for the most part, this was all of my friends here. But yeah, got some cooked mutton, got some cooked chicken, and got some cooked rabbit. All sorts of fried stuff. I got a giant church here, I don't know why. Just a giant church. I think it was like because I just felt like building something like that, I guess. I don't know. This is like a little toad house. If you guys have played Super Mario Galaxy, you'll probably get the reference. Yeah. That seems like that's about all in this world. Well, I think that wraps it up right there. I hope you guys enjoyed my Minecraft Creative World tour. Or tours, I guess. I'll probably be having a Streets of Rogue up in the next couple days. Oh, by the way, about that, I'm going to state this again in the video. So, okay, I'll have to fact check this again, but apparently it's only published by TinyBuild and it's made by this other guy. I'll probably list the name inside of the actual video next time. Sorry about that. Thank you, commenter, who commented that. Very useful. I truly didn't know that, so really, thank you. Anyways, though, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.